Hope you can enjoy the morning with us. Send in questions to Djuma. See, my brain's not there. Questions@djuma.com. And I'll be sending them through to Seb. Hope you're going to enjoy the morning, and I'll chat to you a bit later. Bye for now.
Good morning everyone, and welcome to Djuma TV. My name is Sebastien. I'll be presenting for you this morning, and behind the camera we've got Becky, and back in final control Mark and Pete. Quite chilly out there this morning. Sun is coming out now. It's pretty cloudy. We just heard some lions towards Twin Dam, so we're gonna go and have a look. Might be those two males from the Matimba Pride. So let's go and check them out and see what else we can find on the way. Hope you enjoy the ride with me this morning. Send your question to questions@djuma.com, and Mark will forward them to me, and I will answer them as best as I can. And if I can't, then Mark can help me, and if he can't, then we've got lots of books and we've got internet to find out the answers. Oh, and before I forget, Rosie, happy birthday to you, and I hope you will enjoy this ride this morning with us. Alrighty. So unfortunately, yesterday Mark had two punctures just at the end of the drive. For those who were following us, you remember we closed down the drive at 6:27 or 8 instead of 6:30. It took him a good 45 minutes to come back to camp. The workshop went to help him out, him and Becky. Brought him another tire, and then they used the spare tire that we had at the back. Quite a mission, but looks like this morning the tires are fine, so let's cross fingers that we don't get a flat one now. Let's hope that they will be fine for the next 3 hours. but we'll do that later. I was thinking about going and check out quarantine, see if we could see the Gary gang, but I want to go towards Twin Dam first. See if we might get lucky with those lions. We heard them around, what time was it? Around 10 past 6 with Mark. And they were roaring towards Twin Dam, not very far in Twin Dam's direction. So let's go and check it out, see if we can bump into them. I heard from the other rangers that the Salala Pride, I don't know if you remember the Salala Pride, for those who don't know them, it's a pride of 5 females, and the oldest one being the one we call BB for Bourbul, which is a kind of dog here in South Africa, like a pit bull but much bigger. And we call her like that because she's missing her tail, so she looks like a bull, like a big pit bull. So the rangers saw that pride yesterday afternoon towards Nkoro. So not in our signal range, but they could also make a move in our direction. There is quite a lot of lion activity at the moment in the northern Sebastien, which is lovely. Mark started his drive yesterday morning with those 2 lions from the Matimba Pride. What a comeback, Mark, what a comeback. Morning station, getting Mova here on Western Gary. Any update for me? Seems like the other rangers, the other guides are not driving, they're not on drive yet. I was guiding during my leave, I did a bit of guiding for Chitwa, which is another lodge here in the eastern part of Sebastien. And I thought a lot about you guys because I saw Mafufunyan on every single drive that I did. He's always around Hoffman property or Bafafsuk. Every single drive I saw Mafufunyan. And we also had one evening, we had Tandy being Safari's daughter, if I'm not mistaken. And one evening we had her chasing an impala. Well, not really chasing, more like stalking, sorry. So we stood there with the lights off for like a good 20 minutes, half an hour, following every single move and watching her getting closer and closer without interfering, of course. Vehicles off, lights off. Didn't shine at there, didn't shine at the impalas. It was almost full moon, so the light out there was really good. So we could see what was happening without even shining the torch at the animals. And yeah, half an hour later, the impalas, they didn't even realize she was here. They just slowly started moving into an open area. Morning. No really any any update from me yet. Just heard those Angalas roaring towards Twindam, so I'm slowly making my way there and I'm gonna check it out now. So the Impalas, yeah, they moved into an open area, and unfortunately for Tandy, it made her life quite difficult to get closer to them. So she basically just gave up. She just gave up. But it was nice, following her for half an hour. She's very tiny. Compared sorry, last station didn't copy 100%. Do you have an Ingwe or Ingwe in Konzo? Alright, copy. Come on. Oh, it's cold. So I'm gonna put my gloves on, guys, because I'm freezing. We need to stop for something. We need to find something now, that you don't fall asleep wherever you are in the world, especially you, Rosie. It's your birthday. What are you going to do today? Let me know. Pop me an email. Let me know on my Facebook profile, public profile. I would like to know what you're going to do today, or what you've been doing. I don't know what time it is in your world. Yeah, if we could find something now, it would be nice. It would help me to warm up as well. It's not really cold, it's just when you start driving around with the wind, your nose froze and your hands froze and your ears. I could put my beanie on though, but Becky doesn't look very warm either at the back there. It is, eh? My cheeks are very, very cold. Soon I'm not even going to be able to speak anymore. Alright, so we are approaching Twindam. These guys were roaring around here. Let's just do a quick loop around here. See if we find any tracks. Let's stop here for just for a little bit to listen. Good morning, Mr. Hippo. Got two Egyptian geese as well. Come on, guys, it would help if you could be roaring right now. Egyptian geese circling around the hippo.
There was Ngala Kulumaring south of Vietela. But I'm on Tindem Road now, heading south, long course up to Sofa. I'm on the southern side of Sherapen. Also, Ephraim was on quarantine, also heading south. They say there's one Kankanka Chita plane plan.
Okay. Sounds like another vehicle from Djuma is also trying to relocate those lions. I think he's behind me somewhere. He's by Chelapan right now. He's also going south. He also heard the lions this morning. I think Ephraim or another guide from Djuma picked up some tracks for a female leopard around Gary Dam. I think he's also trying to follow up on that. Okay, let's do a loop around here. Oh, look at that crested barbet right there. Pretty bird. Go left, no, yeah, up, go up,
Oh, yeah.
there, yeah. Very pretty bird. Light is not great though. If the sun would just come out behind that cloud, then he would be in the light.
Thank you. Whereabouts?
Hotel by Garmin River. Yeah, don't see don't have the Yama, might be from the dead. The English country is falling behind. I'm not falling up.
The copy thanks. Non conto Bangala on your side.
No, negative 4. I'm joining a Garmin now.
Copy the Mountain Dam Road, approaching Tindam. Also non conto.
Guys, I was listening to the radio. Seems like lots of things happened last night. Sounds like a kill was made somewhere on River's Nest, if I heard correctly. We could also go and check this out just now. Fram's got some trucks and dragging marks, I think. Morning, how's it? Let's drive around the fire break here. Along the fire break, I mean. Love to see Kerula this morning, and I'm sure you guys as well. I haven't seen her for a while now. I'd like to see the Cubs, how they're doing. got some trucks. Please don't tell me we've got a flat on the left there. No? Okay, all good. Sure. I heard sounded like we were. Ah, that's right. Yeah. Okay. Getting paranoid with the tires now. Quite of a nice light this morning. Definitely you can't really see it on the camera because if you want to see me clearly then the rest got to be a bit blown out. But it looks really nice. Got the sun in the east and that big cover of clouds in the north. Makes a very nice light for photography right now. Yeah, Mark. I'm sure you can hear me. Yes, I am on channel 4, but can't hear you. Try again on channel 4. No. If you copy me, go on 1, channel 1. All right, I got you. It's not great, but I can hear you. Mark, sorry, can't hear you. That's getting cut off. I hear like not even a word, so maybe wait a little bit. Try again in 2 minutes. Same as yesterday. The radio comms are not great. Little Steenbokkie. Oh no, don't run. No, it's not a Steenbok, sorry, that was a great hiker. Just saw the head and then ran away. Realized it was a great hiker. They're very skittish. They usually either freeze and hope for the best that you don't see them, and then you stop and they realize that you saw them, and then they just fly away. Try again, Monk. I'm approaching quarantine now, so maybe I can copy you better here. What I heard was click. So let's try and guess what question was that. Click, click. Alright, we got some water bugs there. Okay, back in quarantine. So the light is really nice. I don't know if you can maybe turn to the left and close the iris slightly. The light is really great. When I get closer to that water bug just now. Oh, can you hear lions? Sound like they're in the east now. And that water bug is listening exactly in the direction of where the roaring is coming from. You see? She picked it up and she's listening very carefully. She doesn't need to worry. It's far, very far for her, but she knows there's some lions around. Okay, this still sound pretty much like in the same direction as this morning, maybe a little bit more east than this morning. Let me think. Do a group around quarantine, see what's happening. There were some tracks of a female leopard this morning around Gary Dam going towards the lodge, so could have been Karula. Could be walking around quarantine right now, so it's always worth checking out quarantine. Liter. Let me just clean that quickly. relaxing rubbish in the bush. It doesn't fit in there. See? Signs that the Gary gang was around. Plastic bag, they just stole the bread and left the plastic bag behind. They're very naughty. They broke in our kitchen a couple of times while we were on leave. And it gets very messy. Hello, Miss Waterberg. Good morning. It's pretty and fluffy this morning. A little bit stressed about the lions, darling. I understand. Look at the toilet seat mark at the back. Waterbugs are very dependent on water, so you will always find them at least maximum a kilometer or two away from a water hole or a dam. They need to go and drink once or twice every day, so they're very water dependent. And that's why we get them often on quarantine, because Gary Dam is just around the corner. And a few impalas as well. It's like a bachelor herd here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 males together. Different age. Let me go a little bit forward, Becky. See, these ones are a little bit older than the ones at the back, which are busy browsing. You can see their horns are smaller, the ones at the back.
Stand by.
Mark, try again now, maybe? I can copy you better here.
By Efrat.
Oh, I do. Nice and clear.
By Efrat. By Efrat.
Good morning, John. Sorry for the delay, Mark. Just forwarded your question to me. The radiocom were not great earlier on. John wanted to know if there are some ticks, if there are ticks in Africa, and if animals get affected by them. Yes, John, definitely. You got different species of ticks actually in Africa, and Yes, lots of animals get affected by them. Tick bite fever is one of the diseases that human can actually get. I got a friend who recently took 70, and I'm not lying, or unless he's lying to me, but I don't think so, 70 ticks off his body the other day. He does bushwalks, around. So, and at the moment there are lots of, don't really remember the name of that particular tick which is around at the moment. You've got different kind of ticks. You've got elephant ticks and other kinds. These ones are much smaller, difficult to see, very tiny, and it took 70 of them off his body, and I mean that's pretty scary. I don't think these kind of ticks carry tick bite fever. The ones who carry tick bite fever, if I'm not mistaken, are the elephant ticks. It puts you in bed for like a good week. It's not great. High fever, you feel nauseous. So that shows that it can affect you, and obviously it can affect animals as well. But animals have their own way to deal with ticks. They've got oxpeckers helping them out. That's why you always see oxpeckers on the back of giraffe and impalas and all different kind of herbivores. The only big mammal who doesn't have oxpecker on his back is the elephant, and that's simply because elephants don't have ticks, because they don't have enough hair and their skin is not great for ticks, so they don't carry any tick. They've got other kind of parasites, but they don't have any tick, and that's why you will never see oxpeckers flying around elephants or sitting on the back of an elephant. But all these guys here, impalas and waterbuck and giraffe and wildebeest, they all carry ticks, and they can get rid of them by themselves, or they've got oxpeckers helping them out. But I know for a fact that and I think that has been seen before, some animals with too many ticks on themselves basically slowly die out, because either they catch a disease from the ticks, or they just don't have enough blood anymore, and they slowly lose energy and they can't feed. Carnivores as well, I'm thinking about now. Carnivores also carry ticks. So yeah, John, definitely lots of ticks in Africa. When you walk around here, you must be careful, always long pants and long sleeves, and do a checkup every couple of days to make sure that you don't have any ticks. They like going into how you'd call it, places like behind your knees, your armpits, chest, and other places that I'm not going to mention. Unfortunately, they also like going there. So that's also a place that you have to check when you walk around in Africa. So I hope I answered your question, John. Alright, let's try to carry on. Let's leave those impalas. I think they were kind of playing around there, testing who's stronger and trying to show a bit of dominance. That's the thing with bachelor herd, like it's a group of males, but males, there would always be one male a little bit more dominant than the other ones, and that's the way to show it. A little bit of foreplay like that. Mark, while I'm still copying you, I don't know if you've got another question before I carry on and lose radio signal again. Why are you on 2? Yeah. Okay, try now. Yeah, I can. Oh, that's great, Rosie. That's great. You're welcome for the birthday wish. No worries. I know that one of your wish was to get lions this morning. We're gonna try our best to get you lions. But Rosie was saying she's going to, for her birthday, she's going to fly to London and meet Tara. That's awesome, Rosie. Send her my regards. Tell her we miss her here. Tell her we opened the drive with lions, but she might know actually. I didn't send her an email, but she might have been watching yesterday or checking Djuma's profile on Facebook. Got the Gary gang in front of us. And then, sorry Mark, but the first part of whoever it was, I think there was another question about ticks. Can you just repeat that for me, please? Oh, all right. Hello, Lisa. Good to see you from this side of the camera. Lisa wanted to know if we get Lyme disease here in Africa like they do in the States. I'll have to double check that. I'm not 100% sure, but I don't think. No, yeah, Mark is confirming. Thank you, Mark. No, we don't get that disease here in Africa. Alright, the Gary gang is running away. That's cool. Just trying to catch up on the register. There is a lot of talking there. I don't know if maybe. Okay, well, they look very skittish this morning. Well, I'm not gonna go too much off-road, especially. I mean, if it was one of the big five, yes, but we have strong tires, and we're not really supposed to go off-road for whatever is not part of the big five, which makes sense. Otherwise, it would have quite a big impact on the vegetation. Oh, actually, if I reverse, you might be able to get them on that stick there. Yeah, Linda, I know. Thank you. I also heard them earlier on. Let me just try to reverse all the way there, Becky. Do you think you can get them from here? Walk like this. There's one all the way at the top, and then is that fine from here? Awesome.
From which side are you approaching? The northwest side of Sebastien.
Sorry guys, just give me a minute.
Ephraim is here, so I'm gonna be moving on. I'm gonna make space for Armand. Copy, take.
Ephraim coming? Morning Ephraim, sorry, my radio was a bit down. Can you just brief me on what do you have and what lock is it?
Yeah, one second, buffet.
Sorry, breaking up. What was that, sorry?
Kankan, buffet.
Oh, alright, okay, thank you. Warming up in the sun. Oh yeah, sorry, Linda, yes. Linda was saying she can still hear the lions roaring through the damn cam. I also heard them earlier on, Linda, but thanks, because with all the equipment at the back, sometimes we miss out on what's happening in the surroundings. Yeah, definitely, they went a little bit more east than where we heard them this morning with Mark. Little baby. I'm not too familiar with their names. I know the big male is Tank Man. Oh, Kenya lions again. You can probably also hear them through the dam cam. They sound a bit more far than this morning. I'm gonna have to catch up on the names of the baboons. I'm gonna have to wait for Tara to come back and brief me a little bit on the structure of the Gary gang. Alright, let's try to carry on, drive around and see what we can find. Sun is coming pretty hard now, pretty strong, right into my face. It's nice, warming me up. I don't have freezing cheeks anymore, feel much better. I should take my gloves off as well. Alright, water back over there but far. Not see through the camera, and she's also still listening in that direction with the lions. Not much happening at the dam. Don't see any hippos. I'm actually not too sure if there are some hippos around. I don't know if they all left the dam or if they're all out, still grazing somewhere. People who follow the dam cam can maybe let me know if you've been following the cam for the last 2 weeks while Mark and Tara and myself were on leave. Alright, let's carry on. There's not much happening here. Tara is coming back at the end of the month, by the way, for those who were wondering. As it looked like to me in the chat room yesterday when I was directing that some people were thinking that she was coming back on Saturday, but no, she will still be in England on Saturday. She's coming back at the end of the month, and she will probably be driving either on the 30th or on the 1st of September. When I was directing yesterday, I saw in the chat rooms as well how everyone is so happy that we're back and how you guys missed us out there and all the emails that we received and the comments on Facebook. That's great, folks, that's great. We're also glad that we're back. Mark and I, Becky and Tara. This is a great opportunity, and thanks to Djuma, to Yuri and Pippa. Thanks to you guys for giving us the best job in the world, because it is. Okay, this is Mvubu Road. Mvubu meaning hippo in Shangan. It's quite a bumpy road, but this is Kerula's territory, kind of. Not territory, but she likes to hang around, yeah. So that's why I'm on that road now, see if we can maybe bump into some tracks. We do have tracks, but they're old and they're hyenas, I think. Oh, maybe not that old. It is quite old. I think it's yesterday. It's just after the rain. No, it's definitely not that fresh. It's on. It's quite a muddy soil here, so very nice for trekking. But it's muddy, especially at the moment because of the rain that we had 2 days ago. And those tracks are. You can clearly see that they were after the rain. But you can also see that it's very much dried up, and it shows me that it's not that recent. It was probably yesterday morning, during the course of the day yesterday, and they were hyena tracks anyway. Oh, that's what we could do. Go and check the hyena den. That's an idea. Alright, we'll go there a bit later. Clouds are lifting up. Good morning, Delina. Welcome on board. Delina wants to know if anyone has walked into the... Oh, nice! We've got some elephants, guys. Thank you, Delina. Just brought us some luck. Rosie, happy birthday. I don't have lions, but I've got elephants, which is not bad. Alright, Delina, I'm gonna answer your question just now. Let me just see what's happening here. We've got a female with 3 youngsters. One being pretty young, maybe 2 years old, a year and a half. Just trying to think, the sun is there, I just want to park somewhere where we can have a nice light. So I'm going to do a bit of off-roading. Let's cross fingers that we can have a flat tire. Alright, hold on. Oh, we've got another one over there as well. I'm going to reverse and park over there. Otherwise you're gonna see them in contre-jour, which is not really great. Let's go that side. Alright, Ganda, I trust you. Got the aerial for me, Becky. Oh, good. Good. Right. I'm usually behind the camera when this happens, guys, so that's why I'm got my eye on the aerial and on Becky, because I know Mark and Tara, nothing bad, but sometimes we just drive off-road and they forget about us at the back. So I don't want to forget about Becky. Alright, we're gonna have better lights from here. Just gonna go a little bit forward. They're very chilled, very relaxed. Looks like we've got maybe a male as well, no? No, female. What's your view like from here, Becky? Not too bad? Okay, let's stop here for now. Let's get them used to us for a bit, but they're very very relaxed. You see, look at the baby suckling on his mom. Oh, cute. I think he's probably around a year old. Mark, you can confirm if I'm wrong. Tell me on the radio. But he's probably a year and a half. He's just, I think when they're a year old or just before a year old, they can still walk under their mom's belly. And this one is just a little bit taller than that, so maybe between a year and a half and 2 years. I wonder if this is not the herd that was by the camp yesterday in front of Mark's room. That herd that we showed you at the beginning of the drive through Mark's car. That was quite a classic shot, actually, through the window of his car. I don't know, Becky, do you recognize them? Do you think it's the same herd or?
I'm not sure. There doesn't seem as many of them that we didn't really get to see. It may well be.
Because this female on the right hand side, which got quite long tusk, yeah, this one, I think I saw her yesterday in that herd, but I might be mistaken. It might be another one. There's some more at the back as well, huh, Becky? So.
Oh yeah.
Alright, Delina. Delina wanted to know if any one of us at Djuma ever walked into the Gary gang while they broke into the kitchen. Yes, we did. I think every single one of us. Maybe not Becky yet.
No, not yet.
No, not Becky. But yes, we had.
Chase them.
We all been chasing them, and myself and Daniel and Craig for sure. Mark, I'm not 100% sure, but I remember a particular day for Craig and Daniel where they went up to the house when we used to stay at Inga's house, and the baboons were actually inside the kitchen. And the baboons got a big fright when they saw Craig and Daniel arrive. Craig and Daniel also got quite of a fright, because you don't really want to end up in the same room as a panicked baboon. Can be, especially Tankman. It's got quite some mean teeth, so it could cause quite some damage and some severe injuries on you. So they both stepped out of the house quickly, and they all the Gary gang, all of them, just flew out of the lounge and the kitchen through the windows, through the only window actually that they through the one that they broke through, and then it involves a lot of cleaning, because they just rip apart every bags and potatoes and flour on the floor, and obviously they poo everywhere as well. That was the day actually when we found Craig was not too impressed. A poo on his decoder for the TV. his decoder. One of the baboon made a poo on there and on the sofa, but yeah, so that was at Inga's, and a couple of times at even at the camp by the kitchen. I mean, sometimes we're chilling in our room and we can just hear big noises coming from the kitchen, and then either Mark or myself or Tara would just like walk out and scream, and then you just see those baboons flying out and running away from us, sometimes running away with a loaf of bread. They're very naughty. Okay, looks like these guys are slowly making their way back on the road. Why are you doing this to me? I just went off-road for you. Now you're going to walk on the road. Alright, not a great view for me. I'm gonna try to reposition the vehicle so we can see them a bit better. Let's see where I could go. Yeah. That's what they were feeding on. So that shows you how this is a camel, what we call a camel thorn. It's a type of acacia. You see those mean, very mean thorns on it. Well, it doesn't stop the elephants and the giraffe from eating the leaves and the bark. Elephants would go after the leaves, and they would also chew the bark. So good self-defense from the tree for lots of different antelopes, but unfortunately it won't stop elephant, giraffe. I think kudus as well would eat the leaves, but I'm not 100% sure. I know kudus can browse, but I'm not too sure they browse on camel thorn. Good morning, Patty. Good morning to you. Patty wants to know if there are other mammals except elephants that have mammary glands between their front legs. It's a good question. Not that I'm thinking of now, except for humans. Our arms could be our front legs, well, they were at one stage. Long ago. I'll have to do a bit of research on that one, Patty. Honestly, there is nothing that comes up in my mind right now. All the other species of antelopes or herbivores. What is the elephant or rhino? Oh no, that's another elephant far over there. Okay. All right. There's no other species of antelopes that I'm thinking of. Carnivores that have mammary glands in between their front legs. So that's quite a good question, Paddy. I'll do some research on that one, and hope you'll be on drive with us this afternoon. And if you are, I'll give you the answer. See, this is our this is how you learn. Don't hesitate to send me questions, and I'll be honest with you. If I don't know the answer, then I'll do some research, and that makes me learn. And in 3 months' time, I'll be 3 times more knowledgeable than I am now, and this is what I want. Chewing the bark. Mark, if you can, yeah, I'm sure you can hear me, but if you can just help me with where I am exactly. I think I'm still on Vubu Road, just to call the sighting. I was on Vubu Road earlier on, but I don't know if Vubu joins with another one or if I'm still on Vubu Road. If you know, then just let me know so I can call the sighting, please. Yeah, no, definitely I'm still on Vubu Road, yeah. Alright, thanks Mark. Yeah, no, I know that, I know. Thanks Mark. Sorry folks, just a bit of communication with Mark here. I'm not too familiar yet with all the roads. I know quite a few of them, but not all of them, so just want to call that sighting for the other guys to let them know, and I'll be with you just now. All station, I've got Schlember of Love on Vubu Road, just before the cut line. Alright, what shall we do? Let's maybe... Where is that little baby? He was so cute. Looks like he's gone a bit more that way. Alright, Becky, let's try to go a little bit forward. See if we can have a last shot of that baby. Maybe he's over there under that magic guari bush. Yeah, there he is. I thought he was gone. No, he's still here. Let's try. I'm gonna try go left here. Ah. Yeah, it's gonna go behind that termite mound. So now it's either. Okay, let's go around the termite mound. Maybe we can see him on the other side. He's playing hide and seek with us, guys, but we're gonna win the game. See how delicate they are. Take a look how they eat the grass. They how would you say? They rip it off the ground and then they shake it with their trunk to get rid of the mud or the soil, whatever is around the roots. You see now, look, up and then in the mouth. They always do that 2 or 3 times before they put it in their mouth. I just want to stay a little bit longer here, guys. Just want to see if they might walk past the car, and we might get a few very nice shots of them if they walk past the car, because they're definitely going in the western direction. They're very relaxed, so I'm sure they will walk past the car and maybe have a quick look at us, and then I won't follow them anymore. It's quite dense bush on the other side here, so then we will get back on the road and carry on.
Yeah, north. I'm here at the moment. I'm trying to relocate, and then one Madura and Dulamitsi by Rockbridge. Yeah, I also think we'll take that. Copy, no problem. And last night there was Tandy and my ping pong as well. Torchwood fire break, and she went mobile north.
Ah, that's okay. She's got some. Oh, nice close up, Becky. Nice close up. She's got a bit of news here on the radio. Looks like those two lions have been relocated on Chitwa's driveway, so they are out of our signal range, unfortunately. And that guide was also saying he saw Tandy and their two cubs. Tandy being Safari's daughter, Kerula's sister. Oh, is she Kerula's daughter or Safari's daughter? No, I've got a dot. Mark, if you hear me, if you can maybe confirm which one is she. Is she Kerula's daughter or Safari's daughter? I think she's... yeah, that's right, yeah. She's Kerula's daughter, and Kerula is Safari's daughter. So they saw Tandy last night with their two cubs in Torchwood. Well, that's great, just because some people were a bit worried about her cubs. Didn't see them for a while, but they are fine. Hello. I hear some branches cracking on my right. Oh yeah, there's another elephant right there. You won't be able to see him, guys. He's him or her. It's quite deep in the bush. So this one slowly made his way to the right. I'm sure the rest of the herd's gonna follow soon. So this one is definitely the matriarch. You can see how big she is compared to the other ones. And she's got quite a recent baby. You saw him suckling earlier on. This is quite a big female. She's got some very nice tusks. You're going to be able to see the baby pretty soon. It's gonna come out behind that little branch there on the ground. And there you are. Come on, don't be shy. Still learning how to use his trunk, but he's doing pretty well. It's definitely over a year, because it takes them around a year to get really used to their trunk. He's not completely confident with it yet, but he can use it pretty well already. Mummy and baby. say hello, mommy. She's got some very nice tusks. Lots of people tend to think it's blood on their tusk when you see the red part. But you see this red thing on her tusk is actually from what she was going to do here, breaking branches, and that's the tannin inside the bark, which is kind of reddish color, especially for the acacia species, and that's what makes their tusk looking reddish like this. You can see she's got red marks as well on her trunk. What is the baby doing there? Hello? Looking right in front of us, that's great. Hello, baby. Hello, my pimpan. Yes, hello. Don't be scared. Cute. You see, the mum went to the right and they're all following now. She's the matriarch, so wherever she goes, the rest of the herd will follow. She's the boss. Yeah, very nice shot, Becky. Alright, shall we let them be? They've been so kind to us. They're very relaxed, very used to the cars, obviously. Didn't show any sign of stress or discomfort, which is great. I mean, that's the key for a great sighting, when animals are really used to the car like this. Can get pretty close without any fear of getting charged, which is great. That means they didn't have any bad encounter with vehicles. All right. Enjoy your days, elephant. Enjoy your day. Alright, how am I gonna get out of here now? This is the next question. We're gonna go back the same way I came in. Cool bananas. That was pretty cool. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Let's carry on. I'm gonna have to take my jersey off pretty soon. It's getting nice and warm now. Morning, Debbie. Welcome on board. Debbie wants to know if there's a certain time of the year where we get more babies, animal babies. Yeah, Debbie, I would say at the beginning of the rainy season, or at the end of the either. You see, once again, I'm gonna sound like Mark. It depends. It depends where you are in the world. It depends on what kind of animals you have around you. Let me think here. Should I go left or right? What's my feeling? What's your feeling? Left or right? Okay, you're pointing the camera to the left, so we go left. That's a sign. Rule of thumb, maybe the rule of thumb is animals will try to have their babies during the rain season, at the beginning or beginning of the rain season. Because what happens is at the beginning of the rain season, obviously it's going to get we're going to get a lot of water, which means the vegetation is gonna get green, and you're gonna get, for herbivores especially, you're gonna get much more food during the summer season, which is our rainy season. So animals try to have their baby. Like if you look at all, why are you guys running there? We've got some impalas and waterbuck running, or just the waterbuck is running, freaking out by himself. So they might have spotted something, but no, they look fine. You see, all the species of antelopes, they be like all our impalas, waterbuck, wildebeest, especially wildebeest. They always have their babies just at the beginning of the rainy season. And every year there is a kind of competition. Which one is the first one to spot the first impala baby, let's say, or the first wildebeest baby? So yeah, their baby, let's say that their babies have more chances to survive when they get born at the beginning of the rainy season. They will get more food. Also, camouflage-wise, it's much easier for them to camouflage and escape camouflage from predators. So I would say maybe, beginning of the rainy season is where you have more chances, the best chances to see lots of babies. Then that's for antelopes, you know. If you think about elephants, there is not really any season for elephants. It's all year round. Rhinos, the same. Carnivores, the same. So basically, it's mainly the herbivores. Antelope species are kind of what's the name? They are kind of dependent on the rainy season. And just after the rainy season, the males will start, it will be what we call the rut period. And then the males will start fighting, making their territories and getting as many females as they can in their harem, which is made of a few females and one dominant male. Right, I don't think I can go further on here. That's buffalo soup. Let's go in there. I think that's outside our signal range if we go over there. I like this area here because many times I've been driving here with Mark and Tara, and we saw Kerula and the Cubs chilling here on the fire break on the termite mound or on the ground. So it's always worth checking out. So yeah, after the rainy season you get the rut period. The males will be fighting, getting the females, and then few months later they will start mating. And then the gestation period will vary depending on the antelopes. It will be, for some antelopes, it will be around 6 months, 7 months. For some it will be around 8 months. For smaller antelopes like stingbocks or dikers, it will be only like 3 months and a half, well actually no, a bit more, 5 months and a half. Yeah, which kind of makes sense if you think about it. After the rainy season, the rut period, mating period, and then average of 7 months. Oh, can you get that roller there? Of course. You have to fly away, eh? It was in such nice light. Anyway. So average of 7 months later of pregnancy, then giving birth at the beginning of the rainy season. That's the life cycle, and it's pretty well made. Nature does things very well. No clubs around here today. Let me think. Yeah, let's go that way. Mark, if you've got some questions, fire. Well, if I can copy you. Sorry, who was that from, Mark? Sarah. Alright, Sarah. Good morning, Sarah. Welcome in Uganda. Hope you're enjoying the drive. Sarah wants to know if we're getting Roan antelopes here in Djuma Game Reserve. No, Sarah. Personally, I've never seen them here. We don't get them here. We could get them here. You know, Sebastien Game Reserve communicates with Kruger, and you get them in Kruger. So. And they cover quite large distances. So you could get a group of Roan antelopes walking through Djuma Game Reserve one day, but since I've been here, I've never seen any. Could ask the other guides if they've seen some, but I don't think so. It's also you must know it's a very rare antelope, and that's why you're asking that question, because it's quite of a rare antelope to see. I was lucky during my leave. I spent a few days in Kruger with Herman and Craig and Kelly and Tara. Unfortunately, Mark could not join. He had some plans at home with some friends visiting him. Otherwise, he would have been with us as well. But we all took a few days at the beginning of our leave. Tara, Craig, Kelly, and myself and Herman, and we spent a few days in Kruger, in the North Kruger, around Shingwedzi camp, which is quite north. And we saw one cat far, at 500 meters off the road. There were like maybe 10 cars on the road there with binos and lenses like that to take a picture of that leopard, which was 500 meters in the bush chilling on a branch. And Craig and Herman and myself were like, alright, we just drove through. We stopped to find out what was happening, and when we realized it was a leopard far away, we all went, okay, let's just drive through the traffic and carry on, because we're pretty spoiled here with leopard sighting. There's no point for us to be part of that traffic jam and use binos to see a leopard far away. But anyway, That's the only cat we saw. We saw lots of elephants, and we saw roan antelopes. Sarah. Very lucky. They were on their way to a waterhole, so they were with some zebras as well. So I got a few nice pictures. Actually, if you go on my public profile, you will see I've posted an album yesterday, I think, of the pictures of that trip that we did with Craig and Kelly and Herman and Tara. Pictures of us, pictures of animals, and you see there is a couple of pictures of those roan antelopes with the zebras. So we were very lucky to see them. They're very rare. I hope one day we'll get to see them here in Djuma. And if we do, I hope you'll be on drive with us that day, Sarah. Whoa, it's quite a big hole, this one. Stop following me, Drongo. Drongo's been following us for the last 3 minutes, 5 minutes. Alright, where to go? Let's go this way. See, still here, look, it's following us. You know why? That's because there might be some insects. I might be lifting up some insects from the grass as I'm driving around, and it's just catching them behind us. That's when it would be worse to have a... Oh, here we go, it just did. Didn't it? Yeah, it did. It would be worse to have a camera actually pointing at the back of Gander and get those shots. You would love them, guys. Just get those fork-tailed drongos diving behind us to catch some flies or locusts or crickets, whatever is in there, in the grass. Alright, I need to take that jacket off, guys, I'm sorry, but it's getting really warm now. So, you're also getting warm there at the back. Alright. See? Still here. And now he's like, please drive, I'm hungry. Alright. Teamwork, my friend, teamwork. What do I get from you though? That's the question. Just to see you, that's enough. You're pretty. Pretty for the eyes. Sorry, Mark, I don't have my earpiece on. I don't know if you've been talking to me. If you were talking to me, you're gonna have to repeat, sorry. Bears, what is that? Oh, bears from Donna. Morning, Donna, thank you. Thank you. All right. Can't remember who was asking that question. I think it was a question about the mammary glands. Patty Robert. Yes, it was Patty Robert. Hold on, guys. Sorry, some tracks here. Must be wrong. Bird tracks, and then oh yeah, that's what I saw. Oh no, that's velvet. And this is, yeah, I think it's monkeys. So when you drive, just your eye catch some kind of a track, and just want to stop and make sure that it's not a fresh track of leopard, but I see, yeah, that's definitely monkey. Becky? Yeah. It's cute actually, you can see the little hand. Maybe we could actually film it for you. Let me think. Let me see if there is a better spot. Trying to find a very nice track. Okay, not really. Oh, it's fine. Another time. Because the ones I saw over there, they're nice, but I mean, they're not great for the camera to show you. You're gonna struggle to see the fingers and the palm. Monkey walking on their front legs. It's pretty much like a baby hand on the ground. Alright, so yeah, Patty was asking, remember earlier on, about mammary glands, which other animals can have mammary glands around in front of between their front legs. And Donna just sent an email to Mark saying that bears do, which actually makes sense. I could have thought about that, but I was just thinking about Africa, you know, and we don't get bears in Africa. My mind was just limited on Africa. Should have thought about the world, yeah. But makes sense. But thanks, Donna. So that's one. Bear. Bear have mammary glands between their front legs. Morning, Elizabeth. Welcome on board. Elizabeth wants to know if I've ever came across animals which were not familiar with the vehicle. Yes, I have. I've got elephants in mind. I'm just trying to think about if I had others. Lions. All the lion sightings I have had were always good. They were always used to the vehicle. Leopard sighting the same. Buffalo sighting the same. Rhino sighting. Sure, I did, but long ago, actually very long ago, when I first came to South Africa with my parents in 1997. And funny enough, we actually spent 2 days in Kokamoya Lodge, which is in Manyaleti Game Reserve, and 2 days here, in not Djuma Vuyatela, but Djuma Bush Lodge. We spent 2 days at Djuma Bush Lodge. Kind of a sign, you know. 10 years later, more than 10 years later, I'm back at Djuma, working around here, doing what I love doing. But we had, I think it was at Kokamoya, we had a rhino sighting, but it was a black rhino, female black rhino with a baby. And black rhinos are a bit more, what's the word, aggressive than white rhinos. They're not really, yeah, they're just a bit more aggressive. And I can't remember if it was the guide's fault or if it was just a moody rhino mummy, you know. But she did charge the vehicle, and she stopped pretty close to the car, giving me and my parents quite a fright. The ranger was fine, but then obviously after that mock charge, he switched on the car and he reversed. I think he probably parked a little bit too close. So that was, yeah, but it might have been just because she was with a baby and the ranger, the guide, parked a little bit too close, too quickly, and we've got some impalas here. Look how they're going to jump now. No? Jump? Come on. Oh, here we go. They did it over there. Open the iris a little bit, Becky. Okay, that's good. When we get closer to the impalas, I will show you why they do kick like that in the air, why they do those big jumps. Because why, some people ask why do they actually jump like that when there is no obstacles or branches or whatever to jump over. And they have what we call metatarsal glands at the back of their legs. But now they're quite far. I'm sure later or this afternoon we'll get some impalas pretty close because you need quite a close-up to see those. They're a bit far now, and I don't want to drive on the fire break for impalas. So we'll do it later. I mean, impalas we always come across them everywhere, and they've got metatarsal glands, which are those black patches at the back. At the back of their back legs, and basically when they jump, they kick in the air, and it releases a scent from those metatarsal glands to basically help the other impalas behind them to follow. When they are scared of something, they disperse in the bush and they basically fly in almost in any kind of direction. One goes left, one goes right. But by kicking their legs and releasing that scent, it helps the ones at the back to not get lost and be able to kind of follow the rest of the herd. I'll show you later on what that gland looks like. Alright, come back on that question. Yeah, and elephants, I had a few encounters of elephants not really happy with the car. Could have been because they were not used to the car, as like they had maybe a bad encounter a few months ago or a few weeks ago, or sometimes it could be even a few years before. And sometimes also elephant bull in must. You know that in must they're quite aggressive, very moody, and even if you don't park too close, they might come at you and shake the head and do a little bit of display. So you just kind of take it easy and reverse and give him more space. So always be careful with those bull in must. Female elephant with babies also, like this one we had, she was very chill, but if she would have shook her head to me and showed me signs of not being very happy with me, then I wouldn't have approached them like that. I would have given them more distance so that they can feel relaxed and happy. But yeah, elephants I had quite a few, either here or before in Kruger when I was studying game ranging and stuff. I had elephants not really happy with vehicles. But that's all I'm thinking about. It's the only animals that I'm thinking about, elephants and rhinos. Morning, Annette. Welcome on board. Haha. And I wants to know a little bit more about myself. Okay, well, you're gonna have to pay for that, eh? A little bit about myself. Alright, that's all I heard from Mark's question. I think he went into details about what you exactly want to know, but I guess you want to know where I'm from and what I've been studying maybe, and where I've been working before, I don't know. Briefly, cut the story short because I don't really like talking about myself, but I'm from Gabon. Sorry, Mark, I didn't copy that. When did I start here? Mark, I don't know what Mark just told me, probably. I can't hear you, Mark. I just get start. That's all I hear, start. So when did I start? Is that what Annette wants to know? When did I start? I started working here a bit more than a year ago, in June 2010. I'm from Gabon in Central Africa, French country, which explains why I speak French, but I'm not French. Well, I've got the nationality, but I'm African in my heart, definitely. I like France, it's a beautiful country, but I just wouldn't be able to live there. I love Africa too much. I was born in Africa, grew up in Africa, studied in Africa, worked in Africa, studied a bit in France. Always been studying wildlife conservation, wildlife game ranging, wildlife conservation. So here we go, that's what I've been studying. I've been working as a guide, I've been doing a bit of anti-poaching in Chad, when I was in Chad. I've been doing a bit of wildlife filmmaking. Before I arrived here, I worked for a company called Africa Wildlife Films in Cape Town, and they were making a documentary about great white sharks with National Geographic, and I was assistant there. It was really the beginning of my wildlife filmmaking career. But I learned a lot, which was great. And we went out around Cape Town in Falls Bay to film some seals and dolphins and whales and sharks. It was really nice. And then I arrived here. When I arrived here, I was employed mainly as an editor, with diaries, and then I quickly got into camera work as well because I wanted to get involved in camera work. So I learned how to film in 2D, and then I learned how to film in 3D, and then I learned how to edit in 3D, and then I got involved in a lot of 3D editing, and for lots of different projects that we had. It was great. I learned a lot, actually. It was really nice. And a month ago, or a bit more than a month ago, I thought, well, I've got some knowledge about the bush. You see, I've been studying it, I've been working in the bush. I don't have a lot of knowledge because I haven't been practicing, and the bush is like a language. If you're not out there every day talking about it and trying to discover things and learn for yourself, then you just forget. And sitting at the back of the camera, actually, people might think that we learn a lot. We do learn, but the problem is most of the time, like right now, I don't think Becky can hear what I'm saying. And if I could just drive fast and say, this is this flower, she's not going to hear me. Can you hear me? Oh, wow. Okay, maybe it's only me then. But most of the time when Mark or Tara are driving around, sitting at the back, and also your brain just sometimes flies over places and you think about other things. So you do learn, but you don't learn as much as when you're sitting here. And to me, sitting here was quite of a challenge. And as you all know, I'm not really comfortable with the camera. We've got a nice young kudu here. I'm not really comfortable with the camera, but that's something you get used to as well. And knowledge is power. So as long as you have the knowledge, he's gonna run in front of us. Nice. Some impalas there. There is actually a female kudu here that I didn't even see, with a oxpecker on her back. Whoever was asking me the question about the ticks earlier on, if we have ticks in Africa, yes, we do, and this is the bird that eats them. Yeah, the bird that eats them. Red-billed or yellow-billed oxpecker. So yeah, Annette, I don't know, I hope I answered your question. That's a little bit about me. And now we're all doing with Mark and Tara, and Becky is not going to get involved in the presenting, but Mark, Tara and myself are going to be multitasking, doing presenting, camera and directing, which is nice for everyone. I mean, Mark and Tara are really looking forward to go back behind the camera as well. They love it. Directing is also nice, and presenting is very nice. So, yeah. This is the magic jackalberry. Yeah. Where they relax. Well, we've seen her a few times in that tree in summer when it's hot. Big branches, lots of shade. We've seen her on that tree a few times. Never with a kill though, but when she was still pregnant with Shava and Shivanzi, we spotted her a few times on that tree. They're probably, let me think, where was I? Oh yeah, it could be them. Those elephants over there. It could be the ones we saw. There could be another here. Let's just quickly go and check out. If they're the same, we're not gonna spend too much time with them. We've already spent about an hour, 45 minutes this morning. I just want, it might be another herd. It's always nice to see different herds. But if I'm thinking they were on Vubu Road, that was Central Road. I don't think it is there. Another. They were not walking towards that direction. Sorry, little one. Sorry, I didn't see you. Relax, mammy. Relax. It's okay. Oh, she's actually tuning her. I don't know what that meant, but I think it meant just relax and go over there and you're punished. So my fault, shame. I'm sorry, little one. He was right behind that bush and I didn't know. Relax, mommy. It's okay. So it's not the same herd, is it? Oh no, it is. This one. Oh, could be. Ah, how cute he is. I don't like my car making this noise. I'm gonna have to either go forward or roll back. I'm sitting right, brake, go, boring. Which is not great for animals to hear that. I might take it another way. Okay. It is the same herd, Becky? I think.
I think it might be a different one. There's another little one I thought.
Is there another one there? Another little one?
Yeah.
Okay, let me try to go forward a little bit. This one might.
Unless it was the one that ran across.
Yeah, that we didn't see.
Yeah, but I'm
Yeah,
not sure.
because I think that one is. That female over there on the left is the matriarch that
Yeah,
we were
matriarch.
chilling with early this morning. I'm gonna try to go a little bit forward. This one might not be too happy with me going forward, but let me see. Just gonna go a little bit forward. It's okay, man. It's okay. Just relax. I'm not here to harm you or anything, or to tell you that I'm stronger than you. Okay, just stop here for now. Could be the same herd, but there are like many. There are more elephants than the herd we were chilling with this morning. But I mean, they could have. Maybe we didn't see all of them. There were more elephants on my right hand side this morning, so maybe they all joined up now. Right, now I can go a little bit forward. Everyone's relaxed. Hello. Checking us out. It's awesome. Curious animals.
There is another little one over there.
Where?
Over there, he's on the other side of the
Okay, yeah, we didn't see that one this morning. And she's got,
unless they've joined up with another small group.
unless they joined up with another group, yeah. And that female over there has got some very straight tusks going down. Alright. We spent quite some time with the elephant this morning. This also still feeding, these ones. If they were playing around or having a mud bath, I would obviously stay a bit longer. But we saw that behavior this morning for a good 45 minutes. So I want to carry on. Maybe we can go and try and check the hyena den. Okay. I'd like to turn around actually. Baby's there, so I don't really want to stress her out this one. gonna turn around there. Bye, Mama. Ears open, she's listening. Alright. Sorry, alright. It was an elephant morning. Rosie wanted to see lions. Well, elephants wished you happy birthday. They sang happy birthday to you just now. That little one. Just saw some dwarf mongoose there. I don't know if it just had a fright and ran away. But if you stop and stay for just a minute or two, they might come out again. They are by that. Where?
In that area.
Yeah, exactly around that area. Yeah, I think I see birds, but I don't see dwarf mongoose. So maybe try to go on the other side of the dip. There. It's right here. Little dwarf mongoose. They live in community. You get different species of mongoose. I think 3 or 4 here in Djuma, in South Africa. Got the dwarf mongoose, which lives in community. You got the white-tailed mongoose, which is solitary and much bigger than these ones. You get the banded mongoose, also live in community, a bit bigger, yeah, a little bit bigger than these ones. You get what else? Banded mongoose, white-tailed mongoose, dwarf mongoose. Is this what? Becky, can you see that bird over there? Is that a hook? How you call it? Woodpecker.
Has it got a red cap?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is a woodpecker.
I saw him earlier.
Up there we go. He's in the tree.
No, wrong trip.
Wrong tree.
I don't know.
Where is he? Up, he's flying. Yeah, you got him. Yeah, you're on the right tree. This tree. Yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, you got him. Woodpecker. Not too good with woodpeckers. There are different species of woodpeckers. 277. Let's see if we can find this one. I didn't have enough time to see really what was the color on his body. Could have been the cardinal woodpecker, but I think this,
Red cap.
yeah, very red cap. So maybe this one now, because this one, yeah, number 4, yeah, bearded woodpecker. Could have been this one, because I saw that red cap was really distinctive, and it does occur here. So maybe this one, bearded woodpecker. All right. See, you stop for little things, and you see other things. Whoa. So we're gonna need some clutch fluid. Yeah, it's clutch fluid time. All right. Maybe not. It's just it's okay actually. The pedal was just stuck to the clutch was stuck. Okay. Morning, Sarah. I don't know if it's the same Sarah as earlier on. Welcome on board again if it's the same. Ah, it's split. So welcome back. Sarah wants to know now why do some elephants have curved tusks and some have straight tusks? Oh, sorry guys. They were all chilling. Some zebras yet this morning. We didn't do too bad this morning, considering that we saw water bucks, impalas, zebras, kudus. We saw pretty much, oh, nice lilac-breasted roller right here, Becky, before he flies away. there. There we go. Very pretty bird. Very, very pretty bird. They've got more than 25 colors on them, on their feathers, on their body. Amazing. When the light is really shining on them, it's one of the prettiest birds around here. Yeah, zebra, waterbucks, impalas, kudus. We saw. We're missing wildebeest, and we would have seen almost all the. We saw a great hiker as well. Almost all the antelope species, or at least the big ones. What did I want to say? Oh yeah, the tusk from Sarah. Well, I would say, Sarah, that it depends. No, not that it depends. It's just a bit much like us. Why do some people have funny teeth, if I could call it like that? Some people have normal teeth. Some people have teeth sticking out of their mouths, or they are missing some teeth. For elephants, it's same. It's also a bit in the gene pool. The main thing you need to know on that question actually is the difference between Central African forest elephant and savanna elephant. The main difference is the size, but they're also different from their tusk. Elephants in the forest in Central Africa have very thin and straight tusk, pointing down. They don't have those big, thick, curved tusks that you get on the savanna elephants in East Africa and Southern Africa. So that's the one thing. But now here in Southern Africa or East Africa, you might also get some elephants with some thin and straight tusk. And I mean, that can happen. It is in the gene pool, and it's if, let's say, a female with those long and straight tusks mate with a big bull who's got big curved tusks, then the baby coming out of that might have straight tusk or curved tusk. You know, then they're talking about genes here. So it's the same as humans, and the teeth differences with humans, or eye colors and things like that. So I hope I answered your question, Sarah. The main thing that I wanted to tell you is the difference between forest elephant and savanna elephants. That's if you go to Central Africa, if you come and visit me in Gabon one day, I'll take you and I'll show you some forest elephants, and you see they're much smaller, and they've got those very thin, straight tusks pointing down. All right, let's carry on. Let's try and make our way to the den. I want to see how those hyena pups are doing. Mark, you're just gonna have to confirm with me I'm on the right road, yeah, to go to the Hyena Den. Sorry? Yeah. Yeah, thank you. Cool, Sarah. All right. Well, we're gonna have to get organized then. Sarah wants to come to Gabon and see the forest elephants. I don't know when I'm going back there, Sarah. I was there a couple of months ago. I went there with Shannon, actually. We had a lovely time in Gabon. Lovely, lovely time. Oh no, actually we did see some forest elephants. I did show forest elephants to Shannon. It's not that easy, Sarah. It's not like South Africa. You can do a lot of safaris in Gabon and you're not going to see anything. Animals are very scarce because there is a lot of poaching. So it's not the same as here. They're not used to vehicles, and usually when you drive around and you get to open areas, savannah kind of type of areas, and elephants usually tend to run away from the vehicle and go inside the forest. But then if you are with the right guides, the right trackers, then you can climb off the vehicle, and sometimes it's really worth it to walk and try to get closer to them by walk, being of course very, very careful. They're very, very aggressive. But yeah, Sarah, that'll be lovely. It will be quite an experience for you. It's another Africa over there. I don't know if you've been here, Southern Africa, but Central Africa is another type of Africa. Dense equatorial forest. It's very humid, but it's beautiful. You get those very, very nice long stretch of beaches, and you walk on the beach, and you've got the ocean on the right hand side and the rainforest on the left hand side. It's just spectacular, you know. Shannon was really amazed. She wants to rent a lodge there, but she's going to have to learn how to speak French first. And on some places in Gabon, you actually get, in the south of Gabon, you get some stretch of beaches where you can see elephants on the beach, you can see gorillas have been spotted on the beach. You see those surfing hippos. Nat Geo, actually, National Geographic made a documentary about those surfing hippos. They leave some rivers inside the forest, and they go and they walk on the beach, and then they go in the ocean. They don't surf the waves, but they're like in the waves, and you get those amazing pictures of not big waves, but like medium-sized waves with hippo head sticking out of the water. That's pretty awesome. I think I need to turn left here, right, Mark? Straight over. Thank you. Sorry, on Bill. Flying banana. see him. A couple of them actually. There's another one over there. Sorry, big dude. Didn't see you, even though you're huge. You were lying down behind that bush and we didn't see you. Got a few buffaloes on the left. I've seen this guy before with that pink nose. I've seen you, dude. I've seen you before. He's like, yo, whatever, dude. I'll tell you what, guys. Let's go check the hyena den first. See if they're there. And these guys are not doing much. This one is just staring at you guys. Staring at you like, you remember you owe me some money, eh? That's what he's saying. When are you gonna pay me back? And the other guys are just chilling or feeding at the back over there. So I'd suggest we go and check the hyena den, see if they're there. Might be a bit more active than those buffaloes. And if they're not, then we can always come back and spend a bit of time with the buffaloes. Alright, 2 of the big 5. 3 to go. How nice would that be for a birthday gift, Rosie? 5 of the big 5 today. Sure, let's aim for it. Then I might have to drive to properties where we're not allowed and lose signal, and then send you an email with a picture saying, you see, I saw the big 5, but you didn't see it, sorry. So that sounds really a nice gift, is it? But you never know. This afternoon we might bump into a leopard, and those lions might come back our way, and we could bump into a rhino. That happens quite often. Anyone home? Hello? Doesn't look like there isn't anyone at home. Nobody's home. Nobody's home. Okay. Alright. That's a pity. We can try again this afternoon though. At the end of the afternoon we can try. Still here. Doesn't move too much. have a quick look at him. He's got some nice oak speckers on his back. Quite a big bull, this one on the right hand side there. Oh, thanks, man. That's a nice view of you. It's very pretty. If he could turn his head, you would see how big his boss is. It's quite a big bull. Quite old. That's, once again, this is what we call a bachelor herd. They're all males, and we also call them Daga boys. Daga meaning mud. They're always covered with mud, either dirt mud or wet mud, and they usually consist of old buffalo males, which are not part of a herd of buffaloes, and they usually stick all together. You can have sometimes only 2 together, or sometimes 10, 15. This group's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 that I can see. Maybe there are around 10 of them, and yeah, they're usually old buffaloes, Daga boys. You see on that shot that Becky is showing you right now, you can see the boss. That's still, their horns is still made of two bosses, if I can call it like that, which is a sign that they're quite old, because those horns are big, but it's also a sign that they're not that old. When they get very old, then those two bosses form one boss. It's like one helmet. It's just one big helmet on top of their head, and that's when they're like at the end. I would say at the end of their life. And these ones, the size of the horns shows that they're old, but they're not there yet. I mean, they still have two bosses and not just one big helmet. Alright, they don't want to look at us, they don't like us, so we're gonna let them be. Nice drongo here. Could be the same one that was following us. He's waiting for us to move. Forktail drongo. Alright, let's leave those big boys and carry on bumbling around, see what we can find or bump into. It's warm now, so leopards could be active. And with a bit of luck, we could bump into a leopard. We're on a big 5 mission today for you, Rosie. Sorry, Mark. Sorry? All of that. Hi, Nicole. Morning to you. Welcome on board. Nicole wanted to know what's my favorite animal in French. I only hear one word out of 10, Mark. Sorry. I only hear one word out of 10. Copy you, Mark. Nicole, what's my favorite animal in French? Léopard, which is leopard. Léopard would be my favorite animal. Elephant, elephant. And then lions, lion, lion. She was asking the question in French. Alright. Quel est ton animal préféré? Oui. Quel est mon animal préféré? Mon animal préféré est le léopard, l'éléphant et le lion. Yeah. Mon animal préféré. My favorite animal. Let's do every drive. I'll teach you a word in French. So now you learned one. Favorite is préféré. Mon animal préféré, my favorite animal. In French, you put the adjective after the name. So we don't say mon préféré animal. Mon is my, mon animal préféré. Préféré is like, I think in English you said preferred, like my, nah, I don't know, I don't think we said preferred. Nah, that's me being stupid. My favorite animal, animal préféré. So you learned one word this morning, I'll teach you another one this afternoon. For every animal we see, I'll give you the name in French as well. So you're gonna learn the animals in French and in English. And at the end of the year, you'll be fluent. And if you travel to Africa, you go on a safari, and your guide shows you a warthog, you can go, hey, but that's a phacochère in French. Yes, it is. And the guy's gonna go, oh really? Share the knowledge, share the knowledge. Most of the guides here know about warthog being facoshare though. But there might be some animals that are going to be difficult to give you the names in French because they don't occur in the French part of Africa. I'm thinking about stingbuck, for example. You can look, but I don't know what a stingbuck would be in French. We would probably still call it a stingbuck. Waterbuck, and things like that. I can name them for you, but I'll do it when we see them. I don't know if you had another question, Mark, after that, because I didn't copy everything you were saying. Hey Patty, welcome back on board. Hi. Patty wants to know if we name the baby zebras the same as baby horses. Yes. A foal, yes. There are probably other names, but I'm not too familiar with them. I know foal for a baby horse or a baby zebra, yes. We would call it a zebra foal. Definitely. Let's go this way. That's why English is a bit more... most of the time English is much easier than French, but on things like that, you see, English will be a little bit more difficult, because in French, it's only a baby zebra. It's a baby horse, baby zèbre, baby cheval. For kittens, we would have a word. We would have a word for puppies as well. But for like... I'm thinking about it for baby horses, baby zebras, baby kudus. All of those are just baby. Cute babies. Yeah, hyenas, yeah. So, what? It's always worth checking. My eyes are not, how can I say, used 100% to tracking like Mark and Tara are. They've been doing it for much longer than I have. They know much more tracks than I do. But I mean, it's by doing what I'm doing now that I'm going to get my eye better, sharper, and identifying tracks. You can do it, sir. It would have taken probably a split second for Mark and Tara to see those hyenas, but for me I need like a few things, to look at a few things. before being 100% sure that it's hyena. And with time, I'll be also able to look at it and a split second later being able to know if it's leopard or hyena. We'll stop together for some tracks as well sometimes. Do a few quiz, dunks, who dunk it, who's track it. Just to I know you guys, most of you out there have very good knowledge with tracks thanks to Tara, and dunk thanks to Tara as well. So you just need to keep that knowledge sharp, you know, and like I was saying earlier on about the bush, it's you need to practice, otherwise you're gonna forget. If I don't show you a hyena track in the next, if we don't show you a hyena track in the next few weeks, next time we're gonna show it to you, you're gonna get confused. Where a few weeks ago you knew it was a hyena track. So it's just it's the same as me actually. Just keep your eyes sharp and practice. It's the This is definitely not hyena. That's lion, eh? And it's on top of the track. Going that way. Sorry? Yeah, it's definitely not this morning, I know, but well, it must be those two males. Yeah. Must be that morning when you had them with Mark. Was it yesterday morning you had them? Yeah, so that's from yesterday morning. And obviously nobody drove. Well, we only have a few minutes left, so it's a pity. Maybe this afternoon we can start the drive here, and if nobody drives over them, we can I can show you those tracks. They're actually really nice, and you can see very nicely that they're on top of the tire track, which is a way for us to know how fresh they are. I can't copy you at all, Mark. Oh yeah, I know. No, I know, I got that. That's fine. I was going to do that anyway. I thought you were sending me a question. Yeah, folks, this is the end of our drive. Some of you are going to bed. Some of you are going to enjoy the rest of your day. Still got some zebras over there. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. I did. We didn't do too bad. No big cats, but you had the cats yesterday. We had the elephants, we had zebras, kudus, quite a lot of different species of herbivores, antelopes. And this afternoon we will carry on driving around and try to find some cats and some rhinos, and then it would actually make us a big 5-day, which would be very nice, especially for you, Rosie, as a birthday gift. By the way, Rosie, some of your friends have been asking that, or they would like me to sing happy birthday to you in French. So, joyeux anniversaire, joyeux anniversaire, joyeux anniversaire, Rosie, joyeux anniversaire, woo, champagne. Happy birthday, Rosie, and enjoy your day. Hope you'll be with us this afternoon. Thanks everyone, and this afternoon I'll be still with Becky behind the camera and Mark in FC. Thank you, Becky, for your hard work behind the camera. Thank you, Mark, for all the questions. I'll see you guys a bit later.
Well, hi everyone. Great job by Seb, and thank you for joining us for our morning safari. This is Mark in Final Control. We will be heading out at about, exactly 3:30 Central African time for our PM safari. As Seb said, me here in Final Control, Seb and Becky still on the vehicle, and hope you're going to join us for that. Good night to those of you going to bed, and enjoy the day for those of you on our time zones. So with the zebra just making their way down towards Gari Dam, maybe a little bit of luck, they'll be on the Djuma waterhole cam soon. And enjoy the waterhole. Bye everyone.